So welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name's Alexander, and today we're taking a look at a newer game from a newer company. So this is called Normandy, The Beginning of the End. It's from a company called Draco Ideas, and it's part of their War Storm series. And you can see it says, in English, this is a Spanish company. This series designed by Juan Carlos Ciprian. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna embarrass myself. It's designed by some good Spanish designers, so I'm not gonna butcher your names. I apologize. This is a pretty chunky box. It's not quite 3 inches, probably 2.5 inches. This is a 2-player tactical game in Normandy, and we play a lot of different Normandy games where it's beach landings and invasion, or kind of pushing inland, breaking out. Most of those games are played on a pretty large scale. Every game like ASL or Combat Commander has kind of, Normandy-esque bocage and taking villages and things like that. This is another one of those. It's a tactical level and it's Normandy, so it has kind of tactical level beach landing in it as well, which is pretty interesting. This says it is decently okay for solitaire, and they're saying it's a complexity right in the middle, probably a 4 or 5. So I have no idea how accurate any of that is. We will see. So you get a bag with 2 small D6s in it. Okay, so this is the standard rules War Storm series version 2. So this is the second version of their rules. Maybe this has been out for a while and I just don't know. So this is a pretty significant rulebook. Let's see. We have 46 pages of rules. There are a lot of diagrams, and this is full color. This is a nice rulebook. Unfortunately, so we have a typo right here, which is fine. I hope that is not indicative of the rest of the rulebook. Usually when it's a translated rulebook, I'll flip through, and if you can see glaring errors, I hope that isn't indicative that it's got a lot of that. Usually when they translate these, they'll get someone to translate it and do it all. Smoke screens are used to blind the enemy, do not inflict any damage, and may be fired by off-board or on-board artillery and mortars in the same way they fire normal ammunition. However, they may only be fired as concentrated mission, affecting a single box. Drifting can apply as described in Chapter 11.5.1, 11.5.2, although without causing any damage. That's not terrible. So translation-wise, it should be okay. We will see. That is a judgment I will pass after I've read them and after we've played it. That is a pretty big rulebook, though, and that's just the standard rules. Then we've got the Normandy exclusive rules. And this is another... What? Wow, this is... No, we don't need any of that. So rhinos, that's pretty niche. Those are special rules. Really 7 or 8 pages of rules more on this, just for the Normandy stuff. Where they've got rules for like bocage and rhinos, things like that. Airborne landings, that's nice. So there's a lot of rules, but a lot of that is good diagrams and explanations, so I'm hoping that is fairly easy to chew through. We do have, okay, these are scenario cards. There's a bunch of cards in here, like a whole bunch. So let's kind of sort this through. So we have our battalion morale charts. Interesting. And there's a Spanish version on the back of those. So we have a battalion morale chart. Interesting. Are these double-sided? Yes. Okay. We have a terrain effects chart, which is also double-sided. And the rest of these, he says, wow, there's a lot in here. These are all scenarios. 12, is it 12 scenarios? 13 scenarios? 13 scenarios in here? There's a lot. 13, 10, 10, 9, 1. Okay. There's 13 scenarios in here, a bunch of which are like linked together. So this is kind of our introduction, patrolling the front. It gives you your OOB, tells you which map to use, what the orientation is. 6 turns long, and what forces you have, what victory conditions you have as well. Then you've got a German counterattack for scenario 2. Again, this is how long the scenario is, which map, which orientation. And there is a whole bunch of these, and some of these get very, very big. So this one it's a full mapper with different overlays on top of it. So, oh gosh. Oh, there's even more. Wow. Okay, there's even more. This is amazing. There's a lot in this game. Alright, so this is the Normandy chart. So we have combat charts, hand-to-hand, odds tables for assault. Wow, okay. This is going to be fun. Okay. This is for the Currahee campaign. This is scenario 14A, 14B. We have 14C on here as well. 14A, 14B. Scenario 16, 15, A, B, and C. 15C, 17 scenarios so far. 15C, I mean, there's probably close to 20 to 22 because there's like 8 has A and B, 15 has A, B, and C. There's a whole bunch of these, more charts and tables. So that's a lot of card to organize. Okay, so the maps. This is also something that I thought was pretty cool. So these maps are, some of them are single-sided, some of them are double-sided. But these are map boards. These are really thick. I don't know if we can get this in focus here. Might be a challenge. These are a really thick white card. Like really, really thick. And I think it's 2-ply. Oh no, they're not. It's not double-sided. Ah, they fold out. They're just very, very tight together because this is brand new. Oh, nice. Okay. Now I feel like a moron. Alright. That's good. Okay. Some of these are single-sided though. So for example, this one does not fold out. This is just, I think this might be one of those overlay ones that you can use sometimes. Some of these are double-sided. You can figure out which ones without breaking them. Double-sided. Oh, by fault is what I should say. Yes. But you have this, how cool is this going to be? Fighting a beach landing at a tactical level. I love doing that. I did that in the Lock and Load Tactical, have the Falklands. You do some beach landings on that, it's just fun. So yeah, there's a lot of scenarios in here. Oh, that's a shame. This is interesting. Okay, we do have these. These are the overlays that some of the scenarios said you were going to use. These, you can see, you got to cut these out. You're just literally going to use scissors and cut these out. They are not punched. This is just regular card that you would print pictures on, basically. You're going to cut these out and just put them over things. So we'll see how that goes. We might be using plexi for this if that's the case, to keep them in place. And the last thing we have in here is 5 sheets of counters. There's a lot of counters, and some of it is very cool. So we have here all of the German armor, everything from Panzer IVs to Marder 3s, Panthers, Tigers. I mean, just so much cool stuff on here. Assault guns, heavy weapons. And these, generally speaking, let's see how they punch, because, oh, that's not bad. This is very interesting. So they punch okay. They're coming out decently, and they're kind of still very strongly attached. So this is what they're going to look like. I don't know if you can see on this side. You can see where the let me get the other ones out. The printing isn't exactly centered. You get a tiny bit of yellow on this edge from this counter. Nothing obnoxious though. Everything's on the counter, like the numbers are falling off the sides, like I've seen in some games. What I think is interesting is, I don't know if you can see this. This corner here, where they punch the hole where the die is cut, this corner is rounded. This whole rectangle has rounded corners on it. So this guy on the end has one. He's got one pre-rounded corner up here, and the rest of them I'm gonna have to round. That's just the printing. They obviously haven't done it on purpose, but that's just how the printers have decided to cut that. That's just, as someone who clips the counters, it's just funny that that's something to watch out for. Here's all the Allied tanks. A ton of Shermans, basically. A couple Greyhound armored cars, a couple half-tracks. A lot of Sherman variants. You got your Priest, self-propelled guns, Hellcat anti-tank tank destroyers, heavy artillery, and these are bigger pieces. Gosh, I don't know how big these are. But then you've got the real small ones for the actual infantry and the leaders, so that if you got them stacked together, the infantry are going to be kind of stacking on top because they're smaller. But you can see the ton of infantry. So we got regular infantry, we got mech engineers. Do we have paras? Do they have those over here? No, because there are airborne scenarios. Mech infantry, engineers. Oh, they do have airborne down here. We got paras down here, and these are also divided up. They have their different leaders as well. That's just a whole bunch of leaders, so I don't exactly know how those are going to play out on the board. Haven't read the rules, but there's a bunch of those. And then we have all the German infantry and leaders. So you've got Waffen-SS, Panzer Grenadiers, probably regular Wehrmacht troopers. Oh, and we do have German airborne as well. And a whole bunch of German captains and Oberleutnants and things like that. And the last sheet is a bunch of markers. Routed markers out of command. Probably some form of disruption, negative modifiers. Finished and reaction. And a bunch of different fortifications, trench lines, tank ditches, things like that. So that's a lot of that. So that's what's in the game. That's a significant amount of counters. So we're going to have to get some baggies to organize all of that. There's a lot of 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of these map boards, plus 2 of these kind of single ones, and they all are geomorphic, so you can play around and do a lot with this. It comes with, what, at least 20 official scenarios in it. So you get a lot of game in this box. What we'll do is we'll get it played, and we'll let you know how the game is, because this is a new company for us that we've never played any of their games. Always a topic that's interesting. People love, late war, Allies versus Germans in France. You get the big guns, you get interesting tactical situations, and stuff that we're familiar with from pop culture as well. So this is something that's interesting. We're going to play this, let you know how it is, see if there's other games in this series that we'd be interested in taking up as well. So appreciate you guys tuning in as we meander our way through this unboxing. I've been Alexander from theplayersaid.com. Thank you very much.